Bonjour Ignatius.
Bonjour Hanan, ça va?
Ça va très bien et vous?
Jerry, how do you do?
I'm great, how do you do?
Very well, thank you.
Happy New Year, we haven't seen each other.
Bon année, bon année. This is the first time I'm seeing you in the new year, right on set? Yeah, I know.
Weird.
I hope you had a good time away.
Amazing.
Oh, that's great.
You know, short but good.
Good for you. Back to the grind.
Exactly.
Okay. Hello, Africa. This is Sci Tech, and I am Ignatius. So let's talk about some of the best things I love to do. Driverless cars probably still have a little time to arrive in our garages. But in the meantime, we can already take advantage of the autonomous suitcases to travel lighter. The robot suitcases presented at Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas in the United States uses technologies such as sensors and cameras to ride alone. The young American push Travelmate has developed a suitcase controlled by smartphone. It can run at 11 kilometers per hour following the owner while bypassing the obstacles on their way. It's also great for people with disabilities, visually impaired, etc. A Chinese startup, ForwardX, had a similar idea, but its suitcase uses facial recognition without the need to go through a mobile application. Now, Baggage, which also knows how to recognize movement and can be stopped automatically when needed, should be launched in mid-2018 below $1,000 US. Here's Maximilian Kovton, our Travelmate Robotics.
Travelmate is a robot suitcase that follows you just like this. When you're moving, it's moving. When you stop, it stops. Think of it as like the Model T version of R2-D2. It's a robot in every sense of the word, and you don't have to worry about how to control it. It basically just follows you around wherever you go. As fast as you go, the Travelmate follows you, or if you go slower, then the suitcase goes slower, and when you stop, the suitcase stops. And the point of it is basically to have a robot that allows you to carry stuff hands-free. You want to drink your coffee and also have the suitcase go with you, so now you can do that. It's also great for people who maybe are disabled or visually impaired, or, you know, there's really a huge market, I think, for something like this.
Now, the SpaceX Dragon cargo spacecraft carrying supplies and scientific materials was successfully released from the International Space Station on Saturday, January the 13th. The SpaceX Dragon returned to Earth with a scheduled splashdown in the Pacific Ocean just yesterday. To some more stories now, where a new Pope Mobile has been unveiled by the Peruvian Nunciature for Pope Francis during his trip to Peru. Thus, later this month, 3 modified Chevrolet Travelers will transport the Pope in front of crowds during his visit to the South African or South American country. I beg your pardon, this new mobile or Pope Mobile will afford the Pope the opportunity to have a direct communication with the driver. Pope Francis will arrive in Lima on Thursday with additional stops in Puerto Maldonado and Trujillo after a 3-day visit to Chile, which began yesterday. The Pope Mobiles, which came from Colombia, have been slightly modified after Pope Francis had a small mishap during his trip there last September. Here's the Apostolic Nuncio to Peru, Nicola Girasoli.
Of the 3 Pope Mobiles that arrived in Lima today, we unveiled the one that will be used in Lima. The other 2, one will go to Puerto Maldonado and the other to Trujillo. They've been modified especially following the small accident the Pope had in Colombia. What's the most important modification? The direct communication the Pope will have with the driver.
And let's discuss some science now, where engineers from Iowa State University in the United States have developed wearable sensors that will allow growers to measure how their crops use water. The new device, which its creators refer to as plant tattoo sensors, is designed to be low-cost, using the revolutionary material graphene, which allows it to be thin and adhere to surfaces like tape. Developers say wearable sensor technologies have been researched and applied in biomedicine, healthcare, and related industries, but are still relatively new and almost unexplored for applications related to agriculture and crops. And that's all I have for you by way of Sci Tech right here on Africanews. I am Ignatius Anot. Let the conversation continue on Twitter. Follow me at Ignatius Anot. Use the hashtag @TheMorningCall.